Part 1 of the video, I will be finding the optimal solution of inputs to minimize cost in a set production function. For part 1, we have Q equals 50k to the 0.2, L to the 0.2, where k is capital and L is labour, with Q being equal to 100 and inputs of k equals 6 and L equals 3. The first step is to split the isoquant and isocost and work on them separately. For the isoquant, you equate 150k to the 0.2, L to the 0.2. You can then divide through by 50 to make the equation simpler. Then you can rearrange the equations to get k in terms of L. For the isocost, you need to hold cost constant and equate it to capital and labour inputs. Then you rearrange to find k in terms of cost and labour. Now both equations can be differentiated. Let's start with isocost, as it's much simpler. Simply differentiate k with respect to L to leave a value of -1/2. Now for isoquants, we have to use the chain rule, using T equals 2 over L to the 0.2. We need to find dk over dl by multiplying dk over dt and dt over dl. Differentiating, we get dk over dt to equal atl to the -0.8 and dt dl to equal -2/5 L to the -1.2. Multiplying them together gives us dk over dl, which equals -32L to the -2. Which, along with an isocost of -1/2, is our optimum. Now we will try and find our output values for k and L. As you can see, through the following steps here, we get L to equal 8. And following these steps, by using our isoquant value for k, we can substitute in L to find the numerical value of k. Using k equals 4 and L equals 8, we find total cost to be 48 here, and find that these values are correct by substituting into the original equation here. That concludes part 1. For part 2, we simply need to rearrange the Lagrange function, like so, and substitute in our values from part 1. Following these steps eventually gives a value for lambda of 1.2. That is how much our total cost would change if orders increased by 1 unit per month. This concludes part 2. Now for the final part, finding what would happen if wages doubled. As labour cost is 2/3 of the total cost, it is double the cost of capital. Doubling this again causes total cost to rise from 3/3 to 5/3 of the cost, or 166%. So doubling wages increases costs by 66%, as is shown in the diagram.